This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Medical marijuana dispensaries are now permitted in the city of Sarasota after a unanimous vote of support by city commissioners.
This comes just 7 months after commissioners unanimously passed a temporary ban on these dispensaries. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from City Hall tonight to explain why the change of heart. Jess?
Jacqueline, Scott, here's what happened. About a year and a half ago, the city of Sarasota was trying to get ahead of the issue and figure out how to have medical marijuana dispensaries in downtown Sarasota, but still address some of the community's concerns. But then the state stepped in and took away the city's ability to regulate the dispensaries, and the city had to start over. Governor Rick Scott had signed a bill that said local governments had to either allow the same zoning laws for dispensaries as any traditional pharmacy or ban it outright. So the city of Sarasota put a temporary ban on dispensaries in order to have time to create a plan that would be accepted citywide. That's what the city commission did, and the resolution was passed last night unanimously by commissioners. Now the 20 pharmacies that already exist in the city of Sarasota will be able to dispense medical marijuana, but only in the forms of edibles, oils, and vaping. This also allows other dispensaries to be built in the future, but only in specifically designated areas of the city.
I am in support of it because the voters voted for it, 71%. The community came out and spoke to us and said this is something that we want, and we want it as part of our community. We don't want to have to go to Bradenton, we don't want to have to go to Venice, we don't want to have to order online. We want it here in our city.
I'm told that the lifted ban does go into effect immediately. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, you'll hear one mother's story about how lifting this ban in the city of Sarasota could change her daughter's life forever. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. The city of Sarasota will be the first government in Florida to join a federal lawsuit against opioid manufacturers and distributors. This is much like the lawsuits in the wake of the BP oil spill 8 years ago, but this time it's about the cost of the opioid epidemic. The city has hired attorney Bill Robertson to get Sarasota in on the Ohio-based suit. Robertson says Sarasota has spent hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars paying for the cost of responding to this particular drug abuse.
First responders, the Narcan, for example, is $300 a shot. That's the drug that pulls these guys out of the overdoses. And so law enforcement, incarceration, any cost that the city has incurred in treating opioid overdoses or the epidemic is recoverable in these actions against these manufacturers and distributors.
Robertson says this is the first time in history that drug makers will be held accountable. He's working on a contingency basis. That means he will charge no fee unless they win the lawsuit. He says the Suncoast has among the highest rates of opioid deaths per capita nationwide.
The head of the Florida Department of Environmental Protection speaking on the Suncoast today, Secretary Noah Valenstein, at today's Meet the Minds luncheon hosted by the Argus Foundation. Valenstein has over 15 years of public service experience with governmental agencies, and today he talked about the environmental challenges our state is facing and what measures the Florida DEP is taking them on.
We care tremendously about our natural resources here in Florida. Our wetlands are incredibly important for both water quality and water quantity. And the only way that would move forward, and in fact by law, the only way that Florida could receive a delegated program there is if it's reviewed thoroughly and that it's found to be as protective or more protective than the federal standard.
The Meet the Minds luncheon is hosted for attendees to learn more about issues from leaders in the community.
Well, another beautiful day here on the Suncoast. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, we had some clouds around earlier today. No fog around, but generally just some clouds, not a problem at all. Temperatures warming up as expected. Low 80s inland. That's going to be a trend too all week long and even into the weekend. We're looking at temperatures above average as a result of a high pressure ridge kind of blocking anything from getting in our way. Now there are some clouds around, some high variety of clouds moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. We've seen this over and over again. And what happens is a little piece of energy develops along that jet stream, develops into a surface low, and eventually gives us a chance for showers. But it doesn't appear that's going to be happening until late Sunday, really. Right now there is a low pressure already developing. Cold air behind the system and the warm air out ahead of it is causing this area of low pressure to develop just east of Dallas, a little disturbance in the upper levels of the atmosphere. To show you the visible satellite imagery, a lot of fog out there in the Gulf mix. This sea fog right here, you'll notice how that's moving off to the west while the upper clouds are moving off to the east, and that gives you a little indication that that sea fog, though, is not going to be a concern for us right now as it's moving away from land. More in our weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. It's known as the city of Sarasota's most valuable piece of property, dozens of acres along the bayfront near the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall.
Tonight, the first of 3 open sessions is being held to take in public input and talk about developing that property. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live from the Robert L. Taylor Community Complex in Sarasota with more on this story. Rick?
Yeah, guys, good evening. Things got underway here about a half hour ago, and they'll be here until 7 o'clock tonight. They're calling this project the Bay. It's more than 50 acres of city-owned land right on the bayfront. Tonight's open session does include interactive stations. It's giving residents a chance to share their thoughts on the future of the property.
We've got three parts of our team here. We have our design team, which is Sasaki Associates, one of the greatest planning teams in the world for waterfronts. We've got our technical team, which are all the people that are going to create the support to make it happen. And we have an implementation team that's going to make sure that every step of the way that we're being responsible to the environment and responsible financially for the future of the property.
And there will be 2 more of these open meetings, one tomorrow morning and one on Thursday morning. Both of those meetings will be at the Van Wezel. Reporting live from Sarasota this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thanks so much for that report. In other news today, a new learning center is coming soon to Robinson Preserve in West Bradenton. The Mosaic Nest, or the Mosaic Learning Center for Nature, Exploration, Science, and Technology, is a new elevated treehouse featuring classrooms for environmental programs offered later this year. The nest is surrounded by 150 acres of the Robinson Preserve expansion, which when completed will include canoe and kayak launches, mangrove islands, a 5K track, jogging and walking trail, freshwater ponds for sport fish nurseries, and much more. The Mosaic Nest will open at Robinson Preserve South on Friday, February 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. There will be ribbon cutting, guided tours of the nest, nature-themed activities, and sneak peek tours of the new expansion. By the way, the preserve is open at 7:30 in the morning and closes at 6 p.m.
The city of Bradenton says this year's River Regatta was quite a success. The annual event exceeded last year's attendance with an estimated 110,000 people heading out to the regatta over the weekend. The city says the bridge being open an extra 3 hours could have contributed to that higher attendance. And of course, that beautiful weather on Saturday.
That had to help. Yeah, bring a lot of people out. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
Americans are spending less money on clothing. How wearing business casual attire in the office is leading to that decline.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Alex Karras Lincoln's 40th anniversary sale. Drive a brand new 2018 Lincoln MKC for $279 per month or the Lincoln MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, where our mission statement is consistent commitment. Every client, every time. Located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
If you've hit a wall with your New Year's weight loss goals, there's a new trend worth trying out. Kim Hutcherson has more on how souping is becoming more popular.
We all love a hot bowl of soup during the cold winter months, either just to keep us warm or to help fight off a nasty bug.
The soups are a great option still when you are sick because it's giving you some fluids to help you stay hydrated. It's very easy to get dehydrated when you're actually getting sick.
But aside from giving a healthy boost, souping has become more popular with people trying to shed a few pounds. So much so that souping ranked in Pinterest's top 10 food trends for 2018. So what's the slimming secret of soup? According to a professor of nutritional sciences at Penn State, binding water into food helps keep your stomach fuller longer. Unlike juicing, soup can help stabilize blood sugar for more sustained energy. Plus, the water in soup adds weight and volume, so you can have a satisfying amount of food without all the unwanted calories. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, the Manways webcam showing fair conditions out there right now and looking pretty good for the sunset. By the way, if you want to see that Roadster, again, the Tesla Roadster, it is on my Facebook page. You can go to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan and check it out. I have a link there to the YouTube. SpaceX is putting that out right now. But a gorgeous sunset tonight showing, for the most part, fair skies. We have some upper-level clouds streaming overhead right now. Here's what the headlines read. Some patchy fog possible tonight. Otherwise, a cold front fizzles out nearby. It's going to bring us some clouds, though, so we'll see some clouds around. Staying warm for our area, but not the case into Arkansas and into Oklahoma and Kansas City, where some Arctic air has spilled southward. Even some freezing rain starting to fall near Dallas. So that nasty weather, I think, will stay well to our north. We're going to stay in the warm sector, 75 degrees right now, and the dew point is at 65. Winds out of the west-northwest at 6. The pressure 30-22 way up there. And that is going to be holding steady for the most part. 79 the high today, almost 80 degrees at the airport. We did get to 80 at Lakewood Ranch and also into Parrish, as well as into Hardy County and DeSoto County. We had temperatures there into, again, the low 80s. Right now it's 78 in Orlando, 76 now in Miami. And around town, a little bit cooler near the coast, 75 in Bradenton, 68 though in Cortez. The Gulf water temperature is starting to warm up. 71 in Venice and 70 in Englewood, Punta Gorda at 80 degrees. Well, the forecast looks like this for us tomorrow. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds, maybe a little bit of patchy fog in the morning. Temperatures warming into the upper 70s. And we'll see no real threat of any rainfall here at all. The rain chance will get a little bit on that on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But that rain chance fairly small. What's been happening lately is a very active subtropical jet stream moving across the southern states, and little disturbances developing there with a little rotation in that surface low, and reflection now occurring near Texas and Louisiana with that colder air spilling southward behind that front. Well, here comes the front on Thursday. You can see it at 2 a.m. Moving through the panhandle of Florida and then eventually on in through the south. Now, we're not going to see much here except an increase in clouds and a 20% chance for an inland shower due to the fact temperatures will be warming into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees, and then all the moisture kind of traveling northward just in time for the weekend. So the weekend looks to be really nice. and maybe a little bit more sunshine on Saturday as well as Sunday. Sunday, though, you see all that rain kind of traveling off to the northeast, and we're left with partly cloudy skies here. By late Sunday night, though, and Monday, there's a chance we could start to see some of these showers moving on in here, and the rain chance at 30%. But look at the snow falling as far south as Mississippi and northern Alabama, Tennessee, and into Kentucky. So winter holding on across there, and temperatures right now, currently it's 8 in Minneapolis. Kansas City, a very cold 19. These are actual temperatures, not wind chills, and 21 in Detroit now, 21 in Toronto, and 32 in Boston. Tomorrow's high temperatures not much better there, into the teens across the upper Mississippi Valley, 25 for Detroit. Washington right around 48 degrees. Southeast winds turn to the southwest. Start off at 10 knots, subsiding to 5 knots. Seas running 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out there. The water temperature now at 64 degrees. Here's the forecast then for the next 7 days. 70s, upper 70s to near 80 degrees. Just delightful weather here for the latter half of winter, looking pretty good right now. 20% chance for showers, I mentioned, on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. A little bit better come late Sunday night and into Monday. Well, more later. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Traffic is backed up heading over the Ringling Bridge from Lido Key into downtown Sarasota, so keep that in mind if you are heading out for this evening to enjoy some dinner. Scott?
Thanks, Jacqueline. Americans are spending less on clothing. In 1977, apparel accounted for about 6% of household spending, but Bloomberg reporting that has now fallen to half of that. One reason for the decline, the shift towards business casual attire in the office. Over the past few years, there have been a 10% spike in employers that permit casual dress in the office, which means many Americans just need one wardrobe, eliminating the need for suits and other business attire.
And the CEO of Lululemon Athletica has resigned effective immediately. He says he fell short of the company's standards of conduct. He did not specify what he had done, something that will likely fuel the rumor mill and could potentially harm the company. Shares of Lululemon fell 3% after that announcement.
United Airlines is joining Delta in updating its policy regarding emotional support animals. The airline has been reviewing its policy after seeing a 75% increase in emotional support animals on flights, as well as a significant increase in onboard incidents. The number of comfort animals on flights rose from about 43,000 in 2016 to 76,000 last year.
PepsiCo's idea to make a crunchless chip for women has not gone over so well. In a recent interview, the CEO said Frito-Lay is looking at ways to develop chips she called women-friendly that have a less audible crunch and don't leave residue on your fingers. The response on social media was swift and critical, and now PepsiCo seems to be going back on what they said. The company tweeted, "We already have Doritos for women. They're called Doritos, and they're loved by millions." Then they retweeted a post by Ad Age saying Lady Doritos are not being developed. Interesting. Those things do get on your fingers, though, a lot. I will say that.
But if they don't crunch, they're stale, right?
And what's the point of eating a great chip without a nice crunch?
Yeah. All right, entertainment news is next as we take another live look from orbit and the Tesla that flew up on the Falcon Heavy this afternoon out of Florida. Still orbiting the Earth before it takes off to the Sun and Mars orbit. How about that?
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
I heard about the Dettoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dettoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Everyone likes the 2018 Honda Civic for $169 a month. You made Civic a best-selling compact car in America. You'll like Civic's 5-star safety ratings and that KBB.com named Civic a best buy and the most awarded car. Get the 2018 Civic at a payment you'll love. $169 a month today at your local Honda dealer.
Honda, I like it.
Want to know a secret? If you're looking for the best selection of area rugs at an unbelievable price, the only place you need to look is Rugs is Art. I know what you're thinking. Expensive, right? Wrong. Rugs is Art has the largest selection of area rugs on the west coast of Florida in a variety of styles, with 8x11 area rugs starting at $199. Largest selection, personalized service, and unbelievably low prices. You'll find it all at Rugs is Art.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. Wait till you hear about all the superstars coming to the Suncoast. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we'll preview the hottest tickets in town with the Van Wezel, so you don't miss out on any shows. It is Workout Wednesday, and we're going to spice it up and give pole fitness a try. Plus an art exhibit featuring Sarasota architecture, and we celebrate Mardi Gras dishes in the kitchen with Chef Judy. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
In entertainment news, students at one South Florida school received an exciting surprise this week. Hip-hop superstar Drake paid a visit to Miami Senior High School to film a video for his new hit single, God's Plan, and let the students appear as extras. Drake filmed parts of that video in the school halls and on the field atop a hydraulic crane. But his appearance on campus wasn't the only surprise of the day. He donated $25,000 to the school and announced that all students will be supplied with uniforms designed by the star himself. Shortly after leaving the high school, Drake appeared on the campus of the University of Miami to surprise a student with a $50,000 scholarship. That winning student said she thought she was filming a video to encourage scholarship donors. The giant check and meeting the pop star left her grinning from ear to ear.
I bet. Well, people in Philly are still grinning from ear to ear. The cover of the newest issue of Sports Illustrated featuring the Super Bowl 52 champs, Eagles. It also spotlights backup quarterback Nick Foles catching a touchdown pass in a historic trick play from Venice's Trey Burton. Of course, the story breaks down everything from Foles' decision to retire, a text from Kansas City Chiefs coach Andy Reid that changed his mind, to the scene in the Eagles locker room after the big win. The issue of Sports Illustrated will hit newsstands on Thursday. Philly Special, by the way, which you see the title, that was the name of that trick play that they ran just before halftime.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. And I'm sure those Sports Illustrated magazines will be selling out very quickly if you can get your hands on them.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be right back with more news.